Hey everyone, I am Holly, and I'm sharing a part of my journey to encourage and inspire you on yours. It's been a while since I've made a video. I've been taking time to focus on myself and my child. And seeing as Saturn is now direct, which is the planet of karma. Libra season is justice, it's the balancing of the scales, and judgment. We just had a lunar eclipse on a full moon, which full moon is for releasing, not for manifesting, it's for releasing. And the eclipse literally eclipses what you've released out of your life. So now is the perfect time to come back in with some more videos. You know, through a rebirth can be extremely challenging. It's as if you were born and had all the options in the world. You have all the choices, different paths to take, and it's as if you have no guidance. When you're born, everything is new to you in this world, in this realm. And the innocence of that childlike beginning helps to create new, helps to lead you to different paths with no worry. You don't second guess, you don't question, you just do. The action is the masculine within each of us, and the creativity is the feminine. And I've left everyone except my child and my spiritual army. Everything is new. Imagine being 40 and starting fully over. Building businesses, successful businesses, and losing them, and leaving family behind, and toxic people who chose to stay in that karmic pattern. I've literally crushed so many cycles of karmic toxic cycles. Like, we have 7 to 10 to 13 year karmic cycles, depending, right? But 7 years is minimum. So with this eclipse and Libra season and Saturn in retro, Saturn was just in retrograde for like, I think it was over 6 months. Like that was long. You've had so many options to close out those cycles that you've been stuck in for over 7 years. And I chose to close them all of them. Anything that doesn't serve where I'm going. Anything that doesn't serve my highest purpose. Anyone who chose to still attack me, anyone who chose to still attack themselves, their families, their friends, anyone who chose to stay causing chaos and confusion to all around them, they're in the rear view and I ain't looking back. A good friend of mine, he always says, everyone out there, it's like they're running through the forest, with their head screwed on backwards, getting all cut up. Because when you run through a forest and you look behind you, you don't see what's in front, and then there's like all these sticks and twigs and branches sticking out, and you get all scraped up. I'm not doing that anymore. I choose better for myself. I choose better for my child. And I forgive all of those who chose to stay in the lower vibrational karmic cycles. We all got our karma. We're all getting our karma. The thing is, so there's the movie The Secret. And if you haven't seen it, you've at least heard of it. The law of attraction. It works both ways. The law of attraction, The Secret, it's not just talking about think about this and you're going to get this. Think about winning the lottery and you're going to win the lottery. That's not how it works. It's all energy. It's all energetic. It's your feeling, your whole entire being, your vibration. So imagine, let's just say, for 9 years of lies and deceit to all of those around you. 9 years of playing games. 9 years of so many lies that you can't even remember the first one that you told. So you start to tell the same lie and then you get caught up because you can't even remember. You can't remember where you started, where you began. It's like the telephone game. Further and further down the line it gets, it's all fucked up. You don't even remember what was said at the beginning. So imagine 9 years of lying to your family, your friends, your colleagues, people you've chosen to bring into your life. Imagine what that energy would bring you. Imagine how much the devil's going to be knocking on your door for all that chaos that you caused. Now, imagine on the other end of things. Imagine you wished no harm on it. It doesn't matter how much harm anyone else has caused to you. Imagine that you've never wished harm on another living soul. Imagine that every person that you see down, you try and lift them up with you. Imagine that every single being that you meet along the way, that you try and bring them with you, that you try and raise them up. You continue to put all of your energy into everybody else with unconditional love, without judgment. First of all, imagine how drained you'd be. The law of reciprocity, equal energetic exchange. So all you've put out is unconditional love and you've got none in return. Because those you've chosen to give that unconditional love to have chosen to be shitty people to everyone around them, especially to the ones who love them the most. Imagine what's going to happen during karma for those people who have chosen to be shitty and those people who have chosen to literally lose it all because they tried to bring everyone with them. I can't remember the term, but it's something along the lines of when you are the victim of so much abuse, mental abuse, it doesn't have to be physical all the time. When you are a victim of this, narcissists are the best at this because they turn it around, the Darvos method, they make you believe that you're the issue. They try their best, right? So there's a point in the victim's life where their line has finally crossed. They finally put their foot down and say no more. There's a term for it, and I can't think of what it is right now. And that victim chooses to block out all of those people who have been abusing them forever. So you've got someone who's been in victim mentality, so beat down that they have no voice, they have no boundaries, they hide in their little box, they dim their light, they've only wanted to love everybody and have themselves be loved and nurtured back in return. So that person's so beat down in a lower vibrational state that any attack can affect them. Any attack, spiritual, a thought. It doesn't have to be confrontational face to face. Literally, people have ill intentions towards you, bad, evil thoughts towards you. And that is energy. And that person, that victim, being so beat down, that ill intention now is energy within them. They have no defenses. They have holes in their auric field, which allows the demons to enter. Now imagine that victim. We already know that the abuser is already in a lower vibrational state because of their abandonment issues, their trauma bonding. They have such psychological issues from their not healing their wounding that they're already lower vibrational. This victim, who is pure unconditional love, is lower vibrational because they've allowed the toxic patterning to happen for so long, for so many years. But imagine that victim saying, it gets to the point of like, I'm done. I've tried. For 10 years, I showed you what life is about. I've tried to bring you with me. I've tried to show you that alcohol and drugs is not the answer. I try and help you to get sober. I try and put so much love into you that I completely forgot about me. My abandonment issues and trauma bonding left me open to leaving my cup empty and expecting the validation from you. Because you made me feel worthless. You made me feel like I was nothing without you. You made me feel like I had to have you in my life because I'm blood related. Because I have your child. Because of whatever nihilistic delusions they've created in themselves and those flying monkeys around them. So that victim finally decides to find their voice. Because they realize that nobody else loves them. Nobody else is ever going to love them the way that they can love themselves. So then that victim gets up on one knee and like tries to like peek out the window, and they're like, whoa, that's bright out. I don't think I can do that. Like, where's my shades? Oh man, I've been in this muddy water for so long. It's safe down here. I know this. This is comfortable. When you're in the storm, you can't see a way out. So that victim starts to get up, so tired of being in the same position no matter how comfortable it has been. Starts to stand up. Takes a breath and goes back down. There's lots of tears along the way. There's lots of pain. There's lots of, how the am I going to do this? What am I going to do? I've lost it all. I've lost all my material possessions. I've lost all my finances. I've lost all my friends. I've lost all my family. And then they go through the dark night of the soul, where literally you feel like it's hopeless. And then you start to think, I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through sexual abuse. I've been through mental abuse. I've been through traumas. I've been through feeling I know who I was and everyone else telling me that I'm not that and that I'm wrong and that I shouldn't feel that way. So then you start reflecting on all the shit that you've been through. And you're like, I don't want to go through any more of that shit ever again in my life. I'm going back down here. And then you're like, I don't want to go back down there. That place is shitty. People aren't good to me. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone and run to the bush. Or I'd rather be alone in a huge city where nobody knows me and I can blend in. And then you really start to feel that how could I have made it this far if I can't make it further? How could I not want better? I've had better. I've seen what I'm capable of. And then the victim, who's been playing themselves so small for so long, realizes they haven't been valued. They start to realize that they chose those people they were surrounded with. They chose to lower themselves for others' abandonment issues and others' childhood wounding that they chose not to heal. So that victim rises up and the vibration rises. And the victim is in isolation because they needed to be away from everyone in order to figure out what their values were, what their life could be. And sometimes we have children that give us hope. And other times we have no one. So that victim rises more. And they start letting go of the victim mentality. And they start loving themselves. Tower moments, right there. And we have these epiphanies and realizations of how people have okay, go sit over there, please. Thank you. People have chosen how they've treated us, just like we've chosen to have them in our life. What's worth it to you? We've just closed out all these karmic cycles. We've closed generational curses. So the term's thrown around a lot lately. A generational curse is basically toxic patterning. And our parents and our parents' parents have chosen to continue on with this toxic patterning. And then they train their children the same way. And that's how it continues. So as a generational curse breaker, you say no. You stand up. You heal. You leave people behind. It can be lonely, leaving everything that you've ever known. And then you come to this point where you're reborn. And you have like the same amount of options that you had when you were born. The only difference is you have to rewire yourself. You have to reprogram yourself. You have to remove the conditioning and the toxic patterning. You have to forgive, and you have to surrender to the process. You gotta feel those feelings. There's no way around it. You have to pay the karmic debt out. You gotta go through that pain. It's fucking hard. It is hard, especially alone. Imagine, single mother, since I was pregnant, because of a million lies. With this kid here, going through my dark night of the soul, ego deaths. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wanted to release everything that was holding me down, that was keeping my energy dense. It was it was weighing me down. I was crying. I was kneeling on the floor, crying. I was talking to my buddy on the phone, and I was like, I feel like Jesus right now. I feel like I'm carrying a cross, and it hurts, and I'm tired. And I carried my own cross. And I'm grateful for that. Because there's no way I'd ever know how strong I am. How strong I am to have got through all that shit that I've been through. And still have faith in the unknown. I have no idea what's coming. I have ideas. So, the biggest thing that's got me through is remaining in the unconditional love state. One of the biggest things that got me through, when I'd be at my lowest, I would fall on my knees and I would say thank you. I'm so grateful for the lessons. I wouldn't bring hate into my heart. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring hate into here. I don't want to feel that way towards anyone. It doesn't matter how much wrong they've done to me. I would literally be on my knees giving thanks for the pain. I give thanks for the harsh shit that people put me through. I'd be giving thanks. And here's my enemies out here who have done nothing but shit to me, and they still hate on me because I walked away. They hate on me when I've never done them wrong. This is how you do it. It's not even a mindset. It's a feeling of choice. It's a feeling of vibration. It's a choice of vibration. What do you choose? Do you choose down here or do you choose up here? I is love. I am love. That's all you have to do. Live from your gut is your intention. Your heart is your connection to the divine source energy. Your heart is your inner child. What do you choose? What did you choose? Because if you chose to remain in that toxic patterning, causing conflict and attempting to cause conflict and chaos for everyone around you, you got another 7 years in, man. You got another 7 years of hell. And no, I ain't doing black magic to you. Why would I do that? You did it to yourself. I'm up here now. You can't affect me. I'm not down there anymore. You can't affect me. I feel when it comes in. I feel when you're attempting it. Like, people don't get it. You get back what you put out. It's the law of attraction. The secret. You give me 7 to 10 years of hell, but when I'm down there, I took it. Now I'm up here. You get that shit back. I get back everything I lost. You get everything that you gave. Everything you gave, you get back. Congratulations. I will be forever grateful for those few who I met in the past 2 to 3 years who've stepped up even when they had nothing. They drove hours and hours away to help me move more than once. I am extremely grateful for you. For my newest friend who's been cooking us food, because we had to move again. Like, it's just, so we took some time away. This is like, get out of your 9 to 5. Honestly, it'll be a lot easier without your 9 to 5. And if you've chosen to stay in a toxic marriage that you know you shouldn't be in, like, good luck. Because, like, 2020 brought 2020 vision. You've had 3 years. If you don't know now, you got another 7 years to go. Okay. You can always choose better. Always. And you will always be forgiven. And if you've had somebody, or more than one person like me, do some bad things to you, forgive them. If only but for yourself. It releases the burdens that we carry by forgiving those who've done us wrong. Our Creator, the fallen angels, devil and Satan, and God forgives them. God still lets them be them. They know who they are. They like to be shitty, and they like to lie. And they tempt, and then they collect. Which side are you on? Because this side is pretty amazing. Blessings to you all.